Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a quick little introduction of myself to you guys. I feel like my channel has been growing a little bit since I've been on here. And it's time for me to introduce myself to you, and I thought, what better way than to do a kind of things you didn't know about me or a top 10 facts about myself. And I narrowed it down to 10 items. That way it will be quick and fast for those of you that don't have time to sit through a long and lengthy video. I hear you. Before I get into the video, I wanted to quickly mention the lip color I'm wearing today. I am loving this so much. I actually picked up this color from Colourpop. It is their ultra matte liquid lipsticks in the shade Platform, and I was quite hesitant because I thought it would be way too pale and way too light for me, but it's such a pretty nude color. I love it so much. It's perfect for a very smoky eye look. Sometimes when you do a very overpowering eye look, you don't necessarily want a very deep, bold lip as well, especially for a daytime look. And honestly, it's not as light as it looks in the tube. It's a nice nude. It doesn't really wash me out, which I have trouble with all the time. So Platform from Colourpop is a win for me. I really like this color, and hopefully you guys will get to know just a little bit more about me as we go along the way. So the first one I'd like to share with you is that I have a very good memory. My nickname growing up was Elephant because elephants have very good memories as well. My memory is so good that I remember everybody's birthdays, phone numbers, my old addresses where I used to live. I remember people's first name and last name from the second I meet them. If somebody has a question about something that they forgot, a memory, anything like that, I usually have it stored up here. I don't know how. I will remember my dreams, and they're always very long, a little bit crazy, and a lot like a David Lynch movie. If you guys don't know who David Lynch is, Google him, but he is the creator behind Twin Peaks and a lot of crazy movies. Another fact about myself is that I wear contacts. When I'm not wearing contacts, I am wearing my glasses. These are Calvin Klein's. I love these. They have this kind of vintagey, almost retro cat eye to them. Right now I can't even see the camera because I have contacts on at the same time, but these are the glasses I am wearing when I'm not wearing my contacts. They're very comfortable, and if you're wondering, my vision is negative 4.75 in both eyes. I have 4 pets. They are all rescues, 2 cats and 2 dogs. I rescued my Boston Terrier, Sweetie, from the Humane Society a long time ago, a couple, maybe 5-6 years ago, when I was living in Naples, Florida, and I was so surprised to find such an authentic breed in the Humane Society. She was named Sassy. I changed it to Sweetie because she's the sweetest little dog, and she's definitely my daughter. She follows me everywhere I go. Then when I moved in with my husband, his friends were moving into a smaller place that didn't have a yard while they were looking for a new home, and they asked us if we would take care of their dog. Their little girl named this dog Dude Bro, and he is a half lab, half bloodhound mix. He's 90 pounds, the most beautiful chocolatey peanut butter brown color, the most gentle dog, and he gets along with my Sweetie quite well. They're best friends. If one goes out in the yard, the other one seeks for the other. He fell in love so much with my husband that his friends said he's better off with us, and we have a bigger yard, so we have adopted Dude Bro. The 2 cats that we have are both rescues as well. The first one is Honky. She's older. I believe she's a tabby cat. She's the regular type of cat I tend to see, the brown ones with the stripes on them. She was a tiny little kitten stray at a country club, and one of his friends was playing there, and he saw this little kitten all by herself, and he wanted to rescue her, but where he was living, he couldn't keep pets, and he remembered how much of a sucker my husband is for animals. And at that time, my husband was helping his father at the veterinary clinic, helping with animals. He's a big animal fan, so he brought this little kitten over to my husband asking if she could live with him and if he would rescue her, and of course he decided to rescue her. Honky is still with us, and she is the sweetest little cat. The other cat that we have is Smokey, and she appeared on my husband's apartment porch while we were dating one evening, and she's this nice dark gray color, kind of like smoke, so we named her Smokey. And she was kind of a stray that we would feed for a couple of months, and when it started to snow, we brought her in. We set her up with her little kitty litter and her little food bowl and water, and she would stay the nights when it was really cold until a point where she just became our pet, and now she lives with us. She's about 2.5 now. She's still a little kitten to us, and she's the one that loves to sleep over the covers when we're going to bed. She jumps on the bed and sleeps with us, and it's the sweetest thing. So another fun fact is that no matter what, if I was in middle school, high school, college, if I had to wake up at 6 o'clock to go to work or class or anything, it didn't matter how tired I was, I have this thing where I have to make my bed every morning. The second I wake up, the second I'm out of that bed, I have to make my bed. It's just my thing. I've always done this for years. I can't stand coming home to an unmade bed. It just makes me depressed. I have to make my bed. One thing that's funny about myself is I can't stand to be barefoot unless I'm in the shower, the pool, or the beach. If I'm at home, I'm in flip-flops or socks or slippers of some sort. I even sleep with socks. I just can't stand being barefoot. I don't know what it is. As far as my heritage and my background, I am Cuban through my immediate family. My parents and grandparents are from Cuba. I'm American as well because I was born in America. I was actually born in Miami, and I'm also Spanish. My great ancestors come from Spain, from Barcelona. I have a nice little mix of Cuba and Spain while being born in America. and I speak Spanish. During my childhood, I was bit 2 different times by 2 different dogs. The first one was a dog that my mom rescued when I was a little girl, and she was just like a black mutt mix from the shelter. Her name was Ricky Tikki, after the little, I don't know if you've ever heard the children's fable, Ricky Tikki Tabby. That's what the dog was named after. She was an older dog and she was sleeping, and I was little and I didn't know that you don't really disturb an older dog when she's sleeping, and I started petting her and kind of playing with her, and she reacted, jumped back and bit me right above my lip. I still have a scar right here, but I think it's cool because it adds some character, and it really was bleeding though. At the time I was crying. My parents heard me crying and they stood at the top of the stairs and were looking down asking what was wrong, and I went to the doctor and got it all fixed up, but I still have that tiny little scar. And I'm not soured by animals, even though I was bit and scarred for life. The second time that I got bitten was by my grandmother's dog. Actually, my aunt, my mom's sister Betty, rescued this dog, apparently from an abusive home. It was a male dog. I think it was a husky mix. I'm not quite sure, a chow mix, something like that. And my grandmother named it Chassis. I don't know where she got that name from, but I always thought it was a cool name. And one day I went to feed this dog, just out of a can of dog food. I opened it up for the dog to eat it, and the dog bit me. I don't know why, I was just trying to feed it, but it bit me right between these 2 fingers, right in here, right in there. And I remember going to the beach with my mom after getting, you know, the injury tended to. These 2 fingers were wrapped up and bandaged, and I remember trying to play in the sand with these 2 fingers stuck together. And to this day I still remember when I asked my mom, how is that going to be fixed? Am I going to be cut there forever? I was really little, and she told me this, I guess because I was little, so I could understand it better, and she said that there's little people in there that are working to put your skin back together. And me, being so gullible, actually imagined and visualized these tiny little people sitting inside of my skin, sewing it together and putting it back together. I kept those bandages on, and I still built some sandcastles some way, somehow. Another fun fact is, growing up in Florida, I was born in Miami, I moved to Fort Lauderdale, and then I moved to Naples, Florida. So I've been up Florida until I finally moved up here to North Carolina. And one of the things we did every single year of my childhood is go to Disney World. We went to Disney World every single year. I have a little hat here that actually has my name on it. We even got the yearly membership at times, so I've been to Disney World so many times. I know the theme parks backwards and forwards. I love all of the rides. I actually miss it now because I haven't been in a good 7 or 8 years. It's been a really long time, so I really do miss Disney World. One of my favorite foods is mashed potatoes. I could eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. I could eat it every meal, but when it comes to Thanksgiving or the holiday season, I pile that mashed potato high on my plate. I just love mashed potatoes. There's something about garlic, butter, salt, sour cream, and milk all mixed together. It just tastes so good. It's a great comfort food, and I think it's a little bit healthier than eating something like macaroni and cheese. And the last fact is the fact that I cannot fall asleep without some kind of white noise. Right now I use a fan, one of those little portable fans that you just plug into your wall, but they're smaller, and I set it up next to my side table by the bed, and it has kind of like a low humming sound, and I can focus on that and sleep a lot more soundly. I'm woken up a lot less frequently, and I don't know, I just notice I sleep better. So when I travel, if we're going to a hotel or a family or friend's house, I bring my fan with me, and I've gotten my husband accustomed to it now, and he likes it too. And if he's out of town on business or something like that, he actually uses a little app on his iPhone that has a fan on it, and that's definitely a fact. I can't sleep without a fan. So that is it for this video. This concludes my 10 things you didn't know about me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got to know me a little bit more. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. Give me ideas down there. And if you want to see a Q&A video from me, start sending me questions. You can leave them down there as well. You can send me questions on Twitter or on Instagram, and I will be sure to make a video in the future answering your questions, because I think that would be really fun. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Why is it that every time I sit down to film, I can never figure out how I want my hair to look? Do I want it over one shoulder? Do I want it all behind my back? Do I want it over both shoulders? First world problems, right?